I found out over the last couple of years, a lot of young people were missing out on scholarship dollars. And so what we have created today, and this is just the start for next year's annual event, is information as far as scholarship awareness. So we have a few of our scholarship partners that partners with the Urban League of Rochester here today that will give you information regarding scholarships. So if you're a junior, sophomore, and it's good for freshmen just so you are aware of some of the classes that you need to take in order to qualify for these great opportunities. And so that's why we wanted to start this early for the 9th graders, 10th graders, and 11th graders, so that there is no money being left on the table in Rochester at all for any scholars that's a part of the Black Scholars Program. And so this is the first year. You all have been hand selected by your counselors at your school. And thank you for a wonderful turnout. And so let's give your counselors all a hand clap for their great work in choosing and selecting you all. But next year, please tell a friend, tell your family members as we make this become an annual event and on a bigger scale. And so with no further ado, and I'll touch a little bit more about the Black Scholar Program later so that we can stay on time, I will bring up my CEO, Dr. Chanel Hawkins.
First of all, congratulations to you all for earning this esteemed recognition as being on your way to being named an Urban League Black Scholar. Congratulate yourselves. Okay. Give them all a round of applause.
We're at St. John Fisher University.
First of all, this day is about you, but I just want to acknowledge the folks that helped to make this happen.
Is here
as Torian Uthman said, I want to congratulate Torian for his vision and his leadership. He wanted to switch things and make it all about you and making sure that you have access to college scholarships. So congratulations, Torian and the entire team, all of our Urban League staff. If they can just wave their hands and say hello, make sure you acknowledge them, because they've been excited about this event. But I want to make sure that I recognize Dr. Rooney and the entire faculty and team members at St. John Fisher College. This is certainly my alma mater, and I'm proud to be here today and bring you all here to this campus. This campus is very nostalgic for me. This is where I did my doctoral work here at St. John Fisher College, and I'm certainly happy to bring you all here today. I want to thank all of our sponsors and partners and sororities and fraternities that are here in honor of you, in honor of your work, in honor of the work that you have done to get you here today. So let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, sponsors. So the Urban League staff, I just want to acknowledge again your dedication, and certainly it's notable. But to the incredible scholars, today is about you. This is our first annual, as Mr. Uthman said, this is our first event where we're doing this. So we certainly want your feedback. But this event is about giving you information about scholarships and the next steps to your education. We know how much time and effort people spend looking for scholarships, making sure that there's no barriers to their college education. So today we want to remove that so that when you get to college, you can focus on your education and not have to worry about the burden of where am I going to get the money to close that gap. So I hope you all are excited. I want to hear some energy in this room. I like to feel the energy. So one person, raise your hand. What school are you representing today? Give me one person. Where are you representing? All right, but that was real low. That was not. I didn't feel that H highlight energy.
Energy.
All right. Let me give him one more time. All right. Get ready. Hold
Everybody
on.
yelling at once.
We have to respect him, right? So let's get quiet for him. Let me feel the Gage Child energy. Let's go. One more chance. Okay.
Hey! Gage Child, you're in the house.
In the back of the room, right here. You just put his hand down. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's you. I'm going to pass on you. Give me your energy for your school that you're representing.
High School.
All right.
Okay.
In the front and the back. please. Let's give her that. Go ahead.
Milton High School.
Okay.
Milton High School, hey!
I see you in the black and white sweater with your hands up. Go ahead.
What's the shade?
Oh, what's the sound?
All right. I see you with the braids. Okay, all right. Let's go. Rose Henrietta, we are so glad you're here. I see you in the blue.
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Thank you.
You're yelling out there at school,
I'm
Kara.
sorry. Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Let's give her. Let's honor her words. Okay, go ahead.
Spencer Barr.
Okay.
Oh, self-support. She just yelled out self-support. Self-support in the house.
Is every high school represented in the building?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Actually, Fairport.
Okay, where's Fairport? We're not representing Fairport. Let's go, Fairport. Yeah.
All right. Fair- Hey! Fairport in the house. Fairport in the house.
So I like to do that, wanted to feel your energy, but you should be proud of the high school that's here, that supported you to be here today, to get a day off from school, to come and prioritize your learning. So let's congratulate your school. Let's
Yo!
So I want to thank you all for being here today. I hope you learned a lot, and I am just honored to celebrate you. For all of those that are here in the room, let's give them our energy one more time and congratulate them for the
Yeah.
great work that they are
Woo.
doing. And I want to make room for, I want to say, to someone I get to call a personal friend. Dr. Sean Nelms is here in the building, and he is a busy man. Everyone
Yes.
wants to hear from him. He's an author. He's certainly a celebrity here in Rochester, but we want to make sure, we want to make sure you knew that he made time for us today to come here to talk to you. So thank you, Dr. Sean Nelms. We are so grateful for
All
you.
right.
It's always so hard to follow the queen. Let's give the queen another round of applause. And I am not a celebrity. My son said I'm the corniest dad in the world, so I'll own that. Well, listen, congratulations and for being recognized as an Urban Leader Rochester's early recognition ceremony. My son, who's an 11th grader at Eastridge, is also on this list. I'm proud of all of you, as I am for him. This honor wasn't just given to you. You earned it by staying focused, persevering through challenges, and advocating for yourselves and others. So I want to play a little game here. It won't be as hype as Dr. Hawkins just gave. Let's try this out for a second. I want you to do this raise the hand game, all right? Raise your hands and keep them there if you played a sport at some point in your high school journey. Keep them.
Wow. Wow. Look at there.
Now you gotta hold it now. If I play
Look there.
sports, I mean you got a muscle, so hold it up there, all right?
Whoa.
All right. Raise your hand, keep those raised. Raise your hand if you were in a musical, band, chorus, or orchestra. Keep them up. Now some of you are gonna have both hands raised.
Yeah, all right. All right.
All right? Some are gonna have both hands raised.
Yeah. Woo.
All right? Now, raise your hand. Now if you already have two up, you're gonna clap yours. Raise your hand if you participated in a club or after school activity.
Yeah. We gotta clap, 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 clap.
Everyone keep their hands up, all right? I want you to keep them up because I want you to understand that this commitment to yourself is a sacrifice. And it's not a coincidence that Urban League scholars are also kids who do things outside of just their academics.
Yes.
So give yourselves a big round of applause.
Yeah.
I want you to know that success is intentional, right? So investing in yourself, in your church community, in your school community is an intentional act, right? It's an intentional act of self-building, self-awareness, and self-worth. So for that, I want to share just a couple tips for you all that will help build on that intentional success. One is to surround yourself with greatness. this room is a living example of that. All the different schools throughout
Okay,
the county.
guys, we have
You
some
may go to
music
separate
playing,
schools,
so we're
but together
gonna
you
pause
represent
right
a
here
sense of
and come
greatness
back.
That can
All right, so see, I got a little teaching to do today. That's what it tells me, just a little. Or for a person that raised their hand, can you tell me what you know? Anybody know something? Go ahead. You already go? All right. Scholarship program. There's no wrong answer. You good? Yep. Thank you.
Black Scholarship Program recognition by having a good GPA and keeping it great.
Great. Anybody know what the GPA average is by any chance? 3.5. Somebody said, what else somebody said? Anybody else got a different one? I can't hear anybody. 83, right? So everyone in this room is holding an 83% average or better, a B or better in your core classes, right? We only look at your core classes. We don't look at gym, art, health, any of those ones, so that we can make sure that you all are either on the track to go to college or on a page to go to like trades or anything that you want to do in life. All right, so that's one of the things. Anything else that anyone knows about the Black Scholars Program? Anybody know when it starts? What grade? Freshmen? So let me put it this way. We look at your 9th grade year to dictate in your 10th grade year to name you as an early recognition scholar, right? So the Black Scholar, that name is only for seniors. We call it the Black Scholar Program, but it is only for seniors that has maintained the 83% average or better over the course of high school. Any other time is early recognition scholar, right? So every year you'll get an early recognition certificate, and that's because we'll look at your previous year. It's just like honor roll. Let me put it that way for y'all. It's just like honor roll. Y'all get on honor roll, y'all get an early recognition certificate. But it's only based off of your core classes, all right? One thing that we're gonna do different moving forward, as most of you all only relate this to scholarships, we're actually gonna make sure that this starts to become a program, right? So that you all can engage in Urban League activities, have academic support, get those career counseling. We're also gonna start doing, and we have on the agenda for next year that the counselors will get by the end of the year. We have several college tours that we're gonna put on throughout the year. We're gonna actually do one every quarter, right? So that anyone that's a part of the Black Scholar Program, so soon you're gonna have to sign up and then tell us that you wanna participate in the scholarship, not the scholarship, but the program side of things. All right, and then that will also help you to open your awareness to more scholarships once we see that you're participating over the years. So we're gonna pivot a little bit because so many parents know this as being a program, but the problem is it's not really a program, it's a recognition at this point. But we're actually now gonna turn it into a program. So all the counselors that's in the room, this is information for you all to now, okay, yep, it is a program. We're gonna start having Saturday, not school, but different things where you can come in, work on soft skills, work on your resumes, work on all of that. You all can sign up, let us know. We'll have experts in those fields to make sure that we're assisting you and then provide the college trips as well. So that's where we're gonna now make it more of a program feel for all of you scholars here in the room. All right, so we actually have a presentation from Dr. Griffin. I'm gonna give him another minute so that he's not running up here. You gonna do it down there, Dr. Griffin? Because I know you. I know you.
I just want these young people in here to know we gotta get money for them to go to school. We gotta get money for them to go to school, don't we? Yeah, girl. What's your name, girl? Yeah, girl, we gotta get it all out
I love it.
He says, that's Jay.
I love it. We gotta get money for you to go to school. We gotta get money for you to go to
Good
school.
morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Dr. Griffin. I've been doing and helping out the Urban League Black Scholars for over 20 years. Okay, I don't play when it comes to your life and this business to get money to go to school. I was in the doctoral program here at St. John's University years ago. Had to come out. My son and daughter were Black Scholars. They're both doing well. My son is a doctor down in New York City at St. John, he's done. My mind is going 100 miles an hour right now because I'm rushing. But he's down in New York City right now. He was a Black Scholar. He is a doctor right now himself. My daughter's an accountant. My other daughter is working on having a baby in a few. I'm gonna be a grandfather in a few months. And my other son, he graduated from SUNY Brockport. He has his master's degree in kinesiology. So I have a comprehensive view. I've been very, very successful in working with a number of families. Matter of fact, there are some people that were sitting where you're sitting at right now, just to let you know, that are working right now. They have the full rides for school, but they did their homework. See, I'm going to challenge you today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to challenge you today. For those of you that are basketball players, I ain't thinking about you.
Good point. Good point. Bring it.
Somebody will say, why am I making such a bold statement? Because you get your priorities messed up, okay? In order for you to get a basketball scholarship, the good money, you have to do your work in school, okay? You got to do your academics. In order for you to get that money to go to a beautiful college like Syracuse University and get a full ride to play basketball, you have to do your work. And what happens is that a number of us put priority in that, oh man, I'm the baddest person on the court. And guess what? You bad yourself out the way of being considered for the good money for school. Okay? I know there's some parents in here, some professional people who do not like my language. I know that. Okay? But my priority is I deal with quality outcomes and results. Okay? The quality outcomes and results is that the colleges and universities want your skills and talent. We need more doctors.
Yes,
we need more accountants.
Yes, more
we need
lawyers.
more engineers.
Yes, more
In order for that to happen, you have to do your work.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
for those of you saying, okay, so I get challenged, I love it. For those of you that say, okay, well, I know I got to do my work in school to get the scholarship money to go to school, to compete. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna stop you right here. I'm gonna pause you right here. There are mothers and fathers coming all the way from Jamaica right now, dropping their kids off because they come from the English system, the old level system, sharp as a whip. Come over, get all the scholarship money, all the resources they need to move through the system. If you don't believe me, all you gotta do is call the University of Buffalo. If you don't believe me, speak to St. John Fisher College. Speak to the officials here. Speak to them. They'll tell you. That's how it works. You know why? Because those students come in and they're hungry. Yes. The question I have for you today is, are you hungry? You're a Black Scholar. Are you hungry? Okay. Do me a favor, take one and pass it along. Now, I made 100 copies of these. So I thought I was right with 100. It looks like it's about 150 you guys here right now. So what I want you to do is just share these. And here, take one and pass it along. Take a few and pass them along, okay, for me? Thank you. Pass them along, okay? Now, you know what happens to me? I'm just gonna let you guys know what my world is like. I get phone calls across the globe. I know you guys don't know me, but a lot of people in the business that I know when I started in 1987 in this business, they still call me and they say, hey, Millage, I have money, I can't give it away. Hey, Millage, every year I get it. Hey, Millage, Dr. Griffin, I got money, I want to give it away, but I can't give it away because they can't find individuals like yourselves. That's real. Okay, I'm real about this. Okay? And the problem is that you guys are not informed about the scholarship opportunities that exist.
Yes, yes.
Okay? So I was asked today to speak. Hi, Miss Wooten. Hi, Miss Hey, girl. How you doing, girl? I was asked today, and just to let you know, Miss Wooten, can I pick on you for a minute? Miss Wooten brought me her granddaughter about 2 years ago, right, Miss Wooten? And we sent her right over to Brockport, didn't we? You know, we got our full ride, didn't we? There we go, see?
There you go.
What I want to tell you right now is that there's a lot of money for you to go to school. There's more money than those professional people that are standing around you right now, black and brown individuals right now, young folks. They wish they had the same opportunity that you got right now. St. John's University is loaded with money for you to go to school. University of Rochester is loaded with you to go to school. RIT is loaded with you to go to school. I know that for a fact. But you have to have the grades.
Yes.
I want you to listen to that. You have to have the grades to compete for the dollars. If you don't believe me, ask any professional person here that knows the business. They're going to tell you that. Okay? So there's no excuse. I don't want to hear no excuse from you. I don't deal with no excuses. Okay? I just don't. Same thing I did with my 4 children at home. They heard from me, I made them do the work. Full rides, they're gone about their business. Okay? And I told them the same thing I'm telling you. When you come to see me or you call me, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. So let's talk about a challenge. How many here are going to be doctors in the future? Raise your hand.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how easy this challenge is with just that alone. So if you're going to be a doctor, you're telling me you're taking algebra, geometry, keep your hands up. You're taking geometry, sequential 3 or algebra. So it's algebra, geometry, and what? Algebra trig. You've taken those 3 courses. If you keep your hands up, can you keep your hands up?
Yeah, he walked.
Okay, let's go further. For those of you that want to be a doctor, did you take herb science, biology, chemistry?
Come on.
Did you take any advanced courses and advanced placement courses?
Oh, come on.
I see the hands slightly going down a little bit around here.
A little bit around.
Okay. So I went over, when I used to work in the admissions office at the University of Buffalo, those are the precursors that you need to be considered for the scholarship money. Ooh, I see hands going down. Now, for those of you that are applying under the EOP, HEOP, CD, you got to be a part of New York City. You can't just be in New York State, but you got to be New York City or SEEK. These are specialized programs. You need to write them programs down because guess what? They just, a couple years ago, they incorporated a science or STEM component because they're looking for more talented individuals like yourself, more kids of color. If you don't believe me, for those that are in this business like I am, they will tell you what I'm telling you is factual. I'm not going to mislead you because I'm trying to earmark you for the money.
Yes.
Okay, I want you guys to have money to go to school. Okay, did you know if you went down to Utica University right down the road, 2 hours down the road, they got C-STEP. They have over 40 C-STEP programs in New York State. What C-STEP stand for? Ooh, yes, young man. There you go.
Whoa,
there we go.
He knew.
There we go. You guys need to understand what that means to you. Now, why am I mentioning C-STEP to you? Because guess what? Colleges, universities know what that stands for, and they surround those programs with resources to help advance you in your professional career, in your educational growth. If you don't believe me, For those who are professional and know the business, they will tell you that. Torian, am I okay, sir? I'm good. Where's my PowerPoint?
They're working on it.
They're working on it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go through, the FAFSA form has changed. I want to get into my presentation. I was only told to talk for a few minutes. Am I talking too long? No. I'm getting, oh my goodness. Oh, some of you might be saying I'm talking too long. Oh my. Oh, you know what? I get it. You guys are ready to eat. You guys are ready to get outside. But I'm trying to make sure that you guys have the money, equipped with the money to be successful, okay? So, do I have a clicker? I see my PowerPoint from the beginning. Yeah, here we go. So, in the beginning here, now I work for Monroe Community College, and I work in the financial aid office there, but I'm asked throughout Monroe County. I was out in the Greece School District. I'm all around. I conduct a number of presentations on money for school. I get a lot of requests every year, so this is what I love to do. I'm very passionate about it. I want to make sure you're very successful, okay? Now, in saying that, the FAFSA form has changed. My name is Millage Griffin, or Dr. Griffin. They call me a financial aid specialist at MCC, okay? And that's what I do for them. Or I carry other hats too. I used to be the director of a program called the PRISM program for the Rochester City School District. And that was the program that introduced students in science, math, and technology. So I have a very deep resume in doing this stuff, work with a lot of funders that like to give money away to you guys. The problem that they have is that you guys, some of you guys don't get it. You get stuck and you don't exert yourself for the money opportunities. And that's factual. Okay, University of Buffalo, Buff State. Matter of fact, they called me yesterday afternoon. I get phone calls all around across the globe because they have problems giving you guys money because some of you don't do your work. You want the money. You won't make application for the money. You hear what I just said? You want the money, but you won't make application for the money. So I was asked by Torian today, thank you, to come by and scream at you guys real quick. Okay, so now the FAFSA form has changed. This is your world now. It's changed. I'm just pinpointing this real quick. This has changed. The FAFSA form has changed. I suggest you go to a number of presentations on the FAFSA form, or you can catch me when I come through the school district or one of the districts, because I do a really intense workshop on the FAFSA form. I'm just throwing this to you real quick right now. So it's changed. You have to create an ID, username, and password, not only for yourself, but for your parents. Okay? And you'll see how that's involved. That's really involved. I'm not going to talk any more longer about that. And then you'll register your FAFSA ID, and then after 3 days later, you should be active and ready to go. Now, why am I pointing out the FAFSA form for money for school? This is the precursor, folks. The colleges and universities want to see what you look like on paper before they give you any money. They also have what they call a CSS profile. Some of the private schools still use that. Matter of fact, over 400 private schools still use the CSS profile. That's the original FAFSA form. Okay, just to let you know, so that you might encounter that. So I'm gonna keep moving on here because I want to move along. Now you have what they call the SAI, the Student Aid Index now. Okay, that's the new term that you need to get accustomed to. That is the precursor that the government's using now to evaluate you for money for school. Okay? So the measurement right now of the family to pay for college is determined by the SAI. The SAI used to be what they call the EFC, the expected family contribution. Now you guys, I know this is all language you probably don't understand, but I'm letting you know that's what you're going to encounter. Some of the professional people in here that do things related to financial aid are going to tell you that the same thing. That's what you're going to encounter. So now I'm going to stop you and freeze your brain right here, right now. If you're in your senior year, you want to make a note that I want you to have your FAFSA form completed before Gobble Gobble Day. What day is that? Thanksgiving. Joe, listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm trying to line you up for the money. If you wait until after Christmas, going into the new year, in your senior year, you're already losing money. That's real. I want you guys to make sure you complete the FAFSA form before Gobble Gobble Day. That's critical. So today, when you look at college and university, you look at the private schools, you see the price tag there for private versus state and community colleges. It's kind of steep. That doesn't say you can't get any money to go to school. I was looking at a young lady's financial aid package from St. John University the other day. I placed her father in the school 20 years ago. He brought me his daughter. And I looked at her package. She's going to come here to St. John University. She's getting some good scholarship money. But I asked the father to do one thing, was define what the scholarship money looks like. In other words, what are the expectations? And what I did with it, he said, oh, Mr. Griffith, he said, I never thought of that. So he's defining it right now. That's his homework. Now looking at here, you see that? Private tag, the tag of $55,000. Yeah, that's about the average right now for private schools. Can you meet that? Can you get that? Yeah. If you do your work at school. Okay? Get those A's and B's. Turn off the cell phone. Tell homegirl that you get back with her later on. Okay, yeah, turn it off. Thinking, you know. And for those of you that work at part-time jobs, what's your priority? Okay? What's your priority? Your priority is academics because you want to get ahead. Don't forget that. Don't get lost. I have some kids coming to me at MCC right now. They got their priorities mixed up. They came over, they went and brought a car because they want to drive around, have the beatbox going, yo, hey, yeah, oh, yo. But they forgot about their academics. Okay? I want to put some Lord in their mind. I want to say praise the Lord to them. Get that going. Right? Come on. All right? That's what I want to do. So right now, if you complete the FAFSA form, right now you get 73, what's that say? 95. SEOG remains the same with the revisions. Okay, you see that right there? SEOD, Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant. You get that money. You have federal work study. You'll see that part of your financial aid package. Now, so I know some of you might say this is foreign to me. I get that. I'm just letting you know what you need to look out for and what's available for you. And then there's the TEACH grant in the SUNY system. The TEACH grant. Do we need more teachers? Do you need more teachers in your school that look like you? Say it again. All right, there we go. Okay, now, there's New York State money. New York State is giving away a lot of money for you to go to school. But I want you to understand one thing here. The New York State money is college specific. That money does not leave New York State. This is where I run into a lot of snags with a lot of families. Because they cross the border and they leave New York State and they leave all that money. You see that money right there? Some of you can't afford to leave 56, 65 in New York State money. You cannot afford to lose that money. That happens all the time. I get phone calls all the time. I have students on college campuses out of state, Pennsylvania, down in DC, down in Atlanta. You know, they want to hang out, and they want to get into the groove. And they realize they can't do it because they're missing this money and they don't understand it. Okay? So you need to really recognize that and understand it. It happens every year. I get phone calls where parents say, Mr. Griffith, we're on our way back from Atlanta.
Awesome.
We dropped our daughter off and we just can't afford the gap. Okay? We can't afford it. I'm not saying you can't go. They will tell you what happens, the reality of it. Okay, and then they end up turning around, coming back to a New York State school, enrolling in MCC for a semester, and then moving on. Okay, I have a young lady right now from Fairport High School. Any Fairport High School students here? No? Okay. I got a young lady from Fairport High School I'm working on right now. As a matter of fact, her mother called me yesterday afternoon. I'm getting her straightened around right now. She's going to be going to Buffalo State. Buffalo State already gave me the confirmation. Okay? I don't play. Your life is important to me. I faxed her stuff. They called me right back. They said, Millage, yes. I don't play. If you come see me, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to make sure you get where you need to go. Okay? Some parents that are in this room, I've helped. You see Miss Wooten that was here, I helped her. I helped her granddaughter and her daughter. I don't play when it comes to this business. I want you to be successful. Okay? You got your Greeks here. My fraternity brother, Sean Numbs, I think he just spoke to you guys. I'm a fraternity person. I'm a Sigma, blue and white. I know there might be some Kappas in here, might be some other fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, but there's money there. That's why I mentioned it. We'll get into that in a minute. So, here, this is what we have here, what we call our student loans. Now, I want to make sure we get the understanding of this. This is what the problem I have every year with this. I want you to listen to me very carefully. You only get $5,500 in student loan money your freshman year. You get the sub of $3,500. You get the unsub of $2,000. The subsidized money of $3,500 is money paid by, the interest on that money is paid by the government. The unsub money, the interest accumulates on the loan. Okay, so let me tell you why I mentioned this now. What happens to kids that go out of state, they're told to apply for the loan money, and they realize the loan money doesn't cover the bill. So the parents apply for what they call a Parent Plus loan. Sometimes the parents can't get the loan money because it's contingent on their credit. So it's contingent on, see this right here? You cannot have any adverse credit. So guess what? Those families typically end up calling me and they say, Mr. Griffin, I was at your presentation. I get that spiel all the time. And they say, Mr. Griffin, I was at your presentation. I loved it. You were right. We thought we were going to give this college a try, but it's not a fit. So I bring them back, enroll them. Sometimes I'm able to get them into one of the New York State schools by a few calls. I make some courtesy calls to some friends, okay? And able to transition those students into a New York State school, Buffalo State, SUNY Albany, for example. I got a couple of young people down there now at SUNY Albany that went to HBCUs or went to school out of state. Because I don't want nobody to say, oh, he's picking on HBCU. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what happens, okay? I'm not gonna go through this entirely now, but this is the big one right here, EOP. This is big right here. I'm telling you. They have an HEOP program right here at St. John's University. Okay? This program will help supplement your cost, provide you with the academic support that you need, tutorial support, and then there are some other programs that most of these programs are latched onto. In other words, if you get your baccalaureate degree as an undergraduate, you're looking at graduate school being underwritten.
And something that I really want to push to you all, and this was something that I can relate to growing up. Like, there was a time in our history where each generation took it a step further than the previous generation. So for my family, for instance, my grandmother may have had a 6th grade education. My grandfather, not even that. My mom completed her high school education. All of her children, except for one, had college degrees under their belts. And each generation, the expectation for us is to take it a step further than the previous generation. So I encourage you all to be mindful of where your family come from. Know your family history. It didn't start in Rochester, New York. It started somewhere else. I want you to talk to your family members, find out more about that history, and make a conscious decision to be better and to do better. I grew up single-parent household. I met my biological father at the age of 21. At the age of 16, I had my first daughter's name. I knew what I was going to name her, and I knew for a fact that I would be an awesome dad and I would be present. So as a young adult, as a youth, as a teenager, you can make these decisions and stand on them right now, the duration of your life. often say the children are the future, you're present. You're present, I see you, you see me. There's just so much opportunity out there, and there's so many things that you all have the answers to. You know, one of the things that we did as a assembly office, we held a youth forum over at East High School, and we just simply facilitated and took notes. And we were working with your peer groups. They wrote down everything that they recognized as a challenge in this community, and they also wrote down everything that they believed would be the best solution. So I took those things and I started to advocate and bring home resources in that space. And one of the things they said, well, we don't just need summer opportunity, we need more opportunities in the summer, but we also need some of those jobs to go year round. So we secured funding to make sure that the summer opportunity programs aren't just in the summer, but they're year round as well. So I hope that you all are taking advantage of some of the opportunities that's offered by way of the City of Rochester and the summer opportunity programs. And I just want to say that, again, I'm thankful to be here with you all. My name is Demond Meeks, Assemblyman Demond Meeks. My office number is 585. See, I'm slowing down so y'all can get your phones up.
I love it.
585-454-3670. Again, that's 585-454-3670. One of the things that I often tell people is we may not have the answer to everything, but we will definitely help you navigate systems. So if you're having some challenges in the future as it relates to school, as it relates to applying for financial aid or what have you, we got Village Griffin's cell phone number. We'll give you that if you need it. No, but
360-3532. 360-3532. And I'm leaving some of my car. That's what I want to leave in my car.
And I say that to say that we're connected. So anything that we can assist you with, please feel free to reach out to our office and we'll assist. Even if there's some challenges that your parents may be having, or you're having personally, food insecurity, housing insecurity, challenges with your unemployment, you name it, we're here to help. So please reach.
Kira Mack. I go to UNC Chapel Hill, and I graduated from Fayetteville High School. Some of the challenges I experienced, like Miles said, financial aid. I made the mistake of not applying to every scholarship that I could have, specifically Urban Leagues. So that's not something I want to pass up on because they're just basically handing out money. You just gotta put in the work. But I did get an academic scholarship from my school, so I do have a full ride. And I also have an outside scholarship, being first generation. So I would just say apply to all the scholarships. If my school ever stopped funding me, I still have my outside scholarship to cover.
Hello, everybody. My fault, y'all. Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick Brooks. I just graduated from St. John Fisher University. The high school I graduated from was Leadership Academy. I know it's closed right now, but that school was one of the schools that helped me out through everything. Throughout my time through college, I struggled with not taking college serious. I always felt like college was just something that was gonna be like high school, but it's more serious than that. It's more focusing on academics and making sure that your schedule is open for anything that you need to get it done. When it comes to scholarships, I have received a full ride, so I wasn't really too worried about it. But one thing I do regret not doing while I was in college was applying for more scholarships while going through my years.
So real quick, while some of y'all leaving, somebody left a bracelet outside. So I do have it up here. If anybody lost a bracelet, I have it up front here, So the next thing, do y'all feel that learning how to advocate for yourself is a big opportunity for most young people? Definitely, do y'all think that that's something needed in college?
I would say most definitely. You have to remember, some of us is on our own when it comes to school. For me, I was first generation. I didn't have my parents there to help me or guide me through everything. The only thing I had was myself, and then trying to figure out who could help me through it. Lucky for me, I had organizations already that contacted me to join their programs, and they supported me throughout my years of college, making sure I stay on track, and then also getting me back on track.
I agree. I believe it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So you need to make those connections in order to further yourself in your education and in your career. And part of that starts with advocating for yourself, because nobody's gonna advocate for you like you do.
I agree with the both of them. You have to make connections with people, especially when you get out there in the real world. Especially as Black people, you're not gonna have somebody that's gonna be supporting you all the time. And the system's not really made for you, it's made against you. So you gotta do as much as you can to support yourself independently and do as much as you can by yourself.
So do any of y'all have questions? I want to make sure I give like 4 or 5 minutes for you all to ask questions. Anybody got any questions? None of y'all have any questions? No? Oh, all right.
Okay, so I'm going to Hampton Summer Program in Virginia. We leave on the 14th of June. I was wondering what advice you guys would have for college life. I am a junior, so it's my first time leaving home for like that long period of time. So any tips and like perks you guys or advice you guys would have for taking like emotional and academical stability with being by myself and independent?
So I will say a big thing is figuring out a schedule and maintaining it, because you're on your own, like time management wise, you don't have a structure like you do in high school. So try to figure out a schedule where you can plan to eat, do whatever, do homework, study, whatever you need to do, and find groups with people that you can study with.
I would agree with that. I would also say make sure you block out time for yourself, like self-care, just to have like a day of reset, like emotional, mental, physical, all that. I would also say don't try to do it all alone. Make sure that you have a support system, friends, mentors, adults, professionals. Keep in contact with your family as well.
I have to agree with that. Time management is definitely one skill that a lot of people need to work on before coming to college. And then don't be afraid to say that you are not okay. It's always okay to not feel okay. You just have to admit it to yourself and then do something about it. For me, I went to go see my school mental health counselor at least once a week, just to make sure I'm mentally insane for everything that I was going through throughout my years of college.
So everybody got him mentally sane, right? That's all it was. Mentally sane. We got him. All right. One of the questions back here was, what is the best way to study in college?
I would say the best way to study is with a study group or a study partner. If you got classes and you got one friend that's in there, you could both just figure out a time that you could all just study and make sure you get all the knowledge you need from the class.
I honestly couldn't tell y'all the best way to study. The best way to study is whatever works best for you, honestly. And it's gonna take trial and error. It's definitely different than high school. Studying in college is not like studying in high school, I promise. So I say just see what works best.
I would agree with Kira. I think everybody has their different preferences with maybe flashcards or looking over your notes, whatever it may be. So it all depends on who you are, what works best for you. dear professors a lot.